From the heart of Wayne County, this is Wayne Goldsboro Television, Goldsboro, North Carolina. Today's Friday. It's the 29th of July, 2016, and this is Wayne Goldsboro Television. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Pat Garner.
And Pat, today we're on the terrace, on the balcony of the terrace room of the Waynesboro House, right in the middle of downtown Goldsboro. And it's slightly on the warm side today.
Just a little.
Going to be warm again over the weekend and most of next week as well. And I believe in sometime this week, you got a little rain at your house, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't get anything. I have yet to get anything. In fact, the rain that does get here is very scattered and very small portions of rain, but still, it'll come eventually, right?
Yes.
Very good. All right. On today's program, we got a whole bunch of stuff going on. Let's see now. We've got Ashley from Soil and Water, and let's see, what else do we have today?
Aries from Communities and Schools.
Yeah, that's right. We got Aries from Communities and Schools. She's going to tell us all about teen court. We'll kick off with that. All right. If you would be so kind as to hold that right there.
Sure.
Okay. All right, now coming up, as you can tell, it's breezy here on the balcony of the terrace room. It's always breezy up here. For some reason, we always get a fine, nice, cool breeze blowing in downtown Goldsboro. Well, today is First Friday, and there's a whole lot of stuff going on at the Arts Council of Wayne County. Arts Council of Wayne County, right down the street from us here at 102 North John Street in Goldsboro. First Friday, there's all kinds of stuff going on. For instance, tonight is the Art Walk going on tonight. All you have to do is go to the Arts Council at 102 North John, pick up your map and your passport, get your map stamped at locations, get your passport stamped at locations around the city, go back before 8 o'clock tonight, and turn your passport in, and then you'll be eligible and placed into a drawing for a $100 gift certificate from the Art Market at the Arts Council. That's always a lot of fun. It's First Friday at the Arts. That's next week. That's next week. That's not tonight. This is not August, is it? This is still July. We got your Julie and your August all mixed up here. Okay.
Oh, my Lord.
That's okay.
It feels like August.
It doesn't feel like August. It feels warm. That's it. My brain is fried. That's what it is. It's hot out here, let me tell you. Okay.
Oh, don't be dropping the papers. It's a long drop.
Papers who dropped today, I've got to jump off the balcony to get them, okay? We're not going to do that today. Scavenger hunt. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Somebody's interrupting our broadcast. We got a scavenger hunt coming up, Beak Week, coming up August 31st, almost a month from now. You go to artsinwayne.org to find out all about the scavenger hunt for Beak Week. This is the third year of Beak Week. How about that? How about that? Let's see, when are we tubing the noose? The 13th.
When are you tubing?
We're tubing on the 13th. And to tube the noose is only $10. See, I just raised the price. Anyway, it's only $10. To tube the noose, you get your tube, you get your t-shirt, and you get transportation back and forth. At 9 o'clock on the morning of the 13th of August, you get to ride a tube on the noose, right?
Yes.
That's going to be a lot of fun. If you want to know more about this, all kinds of fine sponsors involved with this, go to the parksandrecreation.com website, parksandrec.com, right?
That's it.
Parksandrec.com website, and you get all kinds of information about Tube the Noose, only $10. You need to register as well. There's a link on there where you register to Tube the Noose. Well, I had all kinds of stuff here. Don't forget the Special Olympics. Tell them about the Special Olympics. You got some papers there?
I got some papers.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you about the Special Olympics here in a little later on. Okay, how's that? We've got...
Don't forget, August the 2nd is National Night Out.
Yes, National Night Out. I'm going to be there.
At Herman Park.
Herman Park.
From 6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Right.
Vendors can set up at 5:30.
That's right. And if you want more information about that, you can call the Who
I
you gonna
think
call?
you can contact Goldsboro Police Department.
Call Goldsboro PD, Goldsboro Police Department, and they can tell you all about it. National Night Out, August 2nd. That's next Tuesday. And everything starts at 6 p.m. The stage opens up with speakers at 6:30 p.m. And there you go. Okay, what do you have there, ma'am? Do you have anything that you
Sure.
see?
This Saturday, the mini wheel pool will open up. The pool hours are Monday, they are closed. Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Friday and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Sundays from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m.
That's tomorrow it opens.
Yes.
Okay, opens tomorrow at Mina Wheel. Woo! And it'll be a good day for it too. I'll
Yeah.
tell you. All right, what else? Do we have anything else?
The Board of Elections polling place for Precinct 13 has moved to Central Heights Free Will Baptist Church, and that is at 302 Irvin Drive in Goldsboro.
So that precinct is moved.
Yes.
So if you vote in Precinct 13, you have to go now to the Central Heights Free Will Baptist Church at 302 Irvin Drive in Goldsboro. If you have any questions about that, you can call the Board of Elections office, and that number 919-731-1411, 731-1411, right?
Yep.
All right. We're going to move on to our interview up next. Yeah, we'll be talking with Aries Brinson with Communities in Schools. She's going to tell us all about, well, she's going to tell us about a big event coming up, but she's going to tell us about Teen Court. She's going to talk to us also about Stuff the Bus next Friday, right?
Yeah.
All right. We'll be back on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Today we welcome Aries Brinson, who is with Communities in Schools,
Yes,
right?
That's right.
It is so good to see you.
Good to see you always, Wayne.
Hope you're doing well.
Yes.
Now, Communities in Schools, I think you and Selena have both been in here a number of times to tell us about Communities in Schools and what's going on there, but a lot of people do not realize or recall, in fact, what you do. You're an attorney.
Yes. Well, not licensed. I'm a law school graduate.
I beg your pardon.
With letters on my name.
All right.
Who needs to sit for and pass a bar.
Oh, okay. So you're there, except you haven't passed the bar yet. Okay.
That's right.
To me, you're an attorney. You
Yes.
just don't represent anyone as yet.
Right. I don't
Okay, so you haven't passed the bar, but still, the program, the Teen Court program, what an amazing and successful program that is, and that is due in great part to this young lady sitting here.
Thank you, Wayne.
I'm telling the truth about that. Tell everybody what Teen Court is, in case they don't recall.
Teen Court.
Yes.
Right here in Wayne County, what we do, we work with the public school system, the sheriff's department, the police department, the district court, and the district attorney's office.
Right.
And we take first-time juvenile offenders. They are ages 12 to 18 typically, guilty of their very first misdemeanor offense. So what we do, we take them in, we run them through a court of their peers. They get a constructive sentence after going through court or having a hearing of sorts, and they must complete that constructive sentence in 90 days to be successful. That sentence may include community service, our Think Smart program, jury duty, sometimes it includes anger management, drug testing, assessment by a licensed professional, whatever it takes to be constructive and get these kids on the right path. If they're successful within 90 days, then their charges are dismissed and they get to go on and have a clean criminal record despite criminal charges.
Okay, is the word expunged come in there somewhere?
Yes,
That's
yes.
what
I
happens?
encourage, the charges are dismissed here in open court. The judge will do that in front of everyone. But I encourage, my legal mind tells me to tell my kids to go a step further and seal that record so that they do not have to let others know about whatever it is that they're in teen court for.
Right. So, this is a wonderful program and very successful, I
Very
must say.
successful.
They have to be first offenders. They have to admit to the crime.
Yes.
And this is, and they're tried by their peers.
Yes.
But now the judge is an actual judge,
Yes.
is that right?
Like this coming Tuesday, we have Judge Erica James right here from,
from
the Wayne County District Court.
Wonderful. So it's a real judge, but now the jury is a jury of peers, so the same age group.
And teen court defendants specifically. So not just any jury of their peers in similar predicaments.
Who have gone through the program?
They are going through the program.
So they understand what's going on there.
That's right.
They also understand the benefits of the program as well. Do we have any that absolutely fail? There's got to be. There's got to be.
Yes. Some fail in that they don't take me seriously, and they don't do the things that they need to do, and they think, well, I'll just call Miss Aries and I'll give her this explanation and everything will be fine. But I'm very clear in the beginning with both the parent and the child. There will be no excuse not to be successful in 90 days. It's writing a sentence that you're ordered to do, and you do not do that, then you are not successful. And I have to be that way because it's already simple enough.
Yeah.
And I have to have teeth in my program, and I have to be taken seriously.
Yeah. So they get one opportunity to make it right. If they don't make that opportunity, if they don't take advantage of that opportunity and do not make it right, then they pay there's consequences to everything.
It doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way, but if that's what they choose, yes.
And it's their choice. And you can't make exceptions at all.
There are no
exceptions. If you make an exception for
one, I have
one,
to treat every kid the same.
All right. My goodness. At the same time, and while there may be a failure at some point, the program is overwhelmingly successful.
Over 90% of my kids will go on to be successful. This is enough for most kids to learn and to go in a different direction. But some kids, due to their environment, I mean, we see what's going on here in Goldsboro. We just lost a teen court defendant this month to violence. He was murdered in Goldsboro streets, a successful teen court defendant. So the environment for these young people around here, it's changing. I mean, we just had, I believe, 3 murders this past weekend.
Yes, we did.
So it's hard, but it's possible. Some people are a product of their environment and they don't know any better, or they can't escape it. They want to do well, but their surroundings beg to differ, and it's really unfortunate and it breaks our heart. But yeah.
Being a first offender, I would have to think that perhaps some of these, when they come into this situation, they're frightened. And they understand the seriousness of it, and they say, okay, just give me a second chance, I'll make everything right.
Right.
And they do.
Yeah.
But I can imagine, and I'll admit, when I was a youngster, I may have gotten in trouble once. And
me too, maybe.
Did you really?
Not legal trouble, but we've all made a mistake.
We have.
And I'm very clear to let my kids know that includes me. So yes.
Well, and I did, and the judge was very kind to me and helped me out, gave me a second chance.
Awesome.
And had I not taken advantage of that second chance, who knows where I would have ended up. But I was smart enough back then. I wish I had kept those brains, but I was smart enough back then to understand what was going on, and I'm sure a lot of these young people do. These are young adults.
And I think they need a second chance. Again, you know, technically their brains aren't even fully developed. Let's be serious.
That's very true.
These kids are going to make some choices that will affect them, but I'm here to help them learn. And I always tell my kids, it's one thing to make a mistake. We all do that, but please don't repeat the same mistake. I was in court this week on Monday, and I saw 3 of my successful teen court kids in district court.
Oh my.
Yes.
That's not good.
No. It's rare.
Yeah.
But that day, 3.
That's not good. Gee whiz. But again, overwhelming numbers prove the program works, and that's a good thing.
Most of my kids are successful, and even upon success, they can't even stay away. Some of them stay with me,
do they
even
really?
After success.
Well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I bet some of them will actually become attorneys.
Oh yeah. And some of them, so far, they're just teen court attorneys after being teen court defendants, and they are very successful in that role. And I believe wholeheartedly that they can go forward.
Go on.
Not just because they're good, not just because they're compassionate and they understand, but because they have a second chance. You know, when you do something like go to law school, they want to look back and they want to know. So they get to say, as successful teen court defendants,
yeah,
the coast is clear.
How about that? Okay. Now that we've covered all of teen court,
Right.
let's talk about why you're really here today.
Why am I really here? I want to let everyone know I brought you
Yes.
guys something
Ah,
about Stuff the Bus. Can
Stuff
you see
the
that?
Bus, yeah.
Do you
Stuff
have
the
it in
Bus.
your news Argus that you got? What happens is
happens?
the Goldsboro News Argus has partnered with communities and schools,
Mm-hmm.
and we are trying to literally stuff a bus with school supplies. The school year is about to start again.
Right.
So if you have anything, you want to drop it off at the Goldsboro News Argus on Friday, next Friday, August the 5th,
Mm-hmm.
between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. to help some of our Wayne County Public School students. Please do.
Excellent.
Please help us stuff the bus.
Now, this has been going on for a number of years,
Mm-hmm.
and you actually and literally park a school bus,
Literally.
and the idea is to fill it up full
Mm-hmm.
of school supplies, pencils, paper, notebooks,
Right.
Anything that's used in school.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it and stuff the bus full of these items.
That's
because
right.
unfortunately, there are children who do not have the means to purchase, and their parents do not have the means to purchase these items.
Mm-hmm.
Many times school teachers are going into their own wallets and paying for these school supplies and school items. Now that should not be
Mm-hmm. And
the
we
case.
all know that school teachers make a buttload of money.
Oh, they just, they could
Right.
retire
They
today.
can
if
afford to do
Sure,
that.
they make tons of money. Right. So you see what's happening here. We want you to go to a store or go somewhere, and perhaps you have things in your house, unopened packages of ink pens
And
and pencils.
anything will help.
Anything will help.
Anything will help.
And take it to the News Argus in the parking lot there where that bus is located, and stuff the bus. We want to see it absolutely full.
Yes,
Right?
that's right.
All right. And this is August 5th. This
Yes.
is Friday, August 5th. And the bus will be there
9
from
to 5.
9
a.m.
to
to 5 p.m.
All right. Outstanding. That is great. All right, Aries, if anyone has any questions about Stuff the Bus
Yes.
or anyone has any questions about teen court, they can contact your office.
That's correct.
And that number is?
919-735-1432. You can ask for Aries Brinson or my wonderful, beautiful boss, Selena Bennett. You can reach us both at that number.
At that number. Again, that number is one more time.
919-735-1432.
Aries Brinson is the what are you again?
The Teen Court Director in
Teen
Wayne
Court
County.
Director in Wayne County. Thank you.
Thank you, Wayne.
All right.
Awesome.
Hello, this is Joe Daughtery, Chairman of the Wayne County Board of Commissioners. I wanted to take this time to express on behalf of all of our commissioners our strong support for our local law enforcement personnel. These men and women serve our families on a daily basis. They are our first line of defense against the criminals that live amongst us. Thank you for your unselfish service to our community. And we urge each of you to thank each law enforcement officer as you come in contact with them on a daily basis.
Well, we're back on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Thanks for being with us. Why am I in an elevator? I'll gladly tell you. Because today, the 29th of the month of July, the 29th of the month of July is National Talk in an Elevator Day. So we're going to stand here for just a moment and talk. The door's not going to close again. Hope. And thanks very much to Leslie Wheel for letting us into the Waynesboro House elevator to talk about Elevator Day. Okay, that's today. But also, other thing special about today is that today is National Chicken Wing Day. Anyway, do your best chicken. It's also Rain Day, National Chicken Wing, Talk in an Elevator, Chicken Wing Day, and Rain Day. Oh, and it's System Administrator Appreciation Day. And we do appreciate system administrators, whatever they do. All right, let's find out what else is going on? We got a big blood drive coming up on the 9th of August. The 9th of August, that's Tuesday week. A week from this Tuesday at the Wayne County Red Cross office, Donor Appreciation Blood Drive. This will be on August 9th from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. You can make your life-saving appointment visit by going to redcrossblood.org, redcrossblood.org, and enter sponsor code Goldsboro. There'll be food and fun and prizes, and they appreciate all blood donors. All donors will receive a free goodie bag as well. This is coming up on August 9th. This is at the Red Cross office at 600 North George Street in Goldsboro. Prevent a summer shortage. Summer is a really hard time for blood. People are thinking about vacation. People are doing other things. They got a lot of other things going on, and blood supplies are always low for several reasons. Number one, for one reason, there's a lot of accidents and blood is needed. But there's always a need for blood, especially in the summertime. So do the right thing, save a life, save 3 lives, in fact, with 1 unit of blood by going to the Red Cross office on August 9th from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. and donate blood. Give the gift of life. Give blood. Our trivia question for today, category is money. One of everybody's favorite things. One of our favorite things is money. Money, money, money. Money, 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 money. Anyway, it's today's question is, whose picture is on a $2 bill? What president is on the, well, and I just gave away the fact that it was a president, is on a $2 bill? That's the question, all right? On the back side is the signing of the Declaration of Independence or the Constitution, one or the other. I forget. I haven't seen a $2 bill in a while, but they are out there. Whose picture's on a $2 bill? That's the question. We'll be back with the answer in the next segment of the program. In the next segment of the program, we'll be back, and Pat will be with me. And this is Wayne Goldsboro Television. Today we're talking with Ashley Smith, who's director of the Soil and Water Conservation Office here in Wayne County. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Thank you for talking with us. Now, soil and water, how long has this office been in existence? Do you have any idea when this started?
Oh, 40
those,
plus years.
Really? That
At
long?
least.
Well, what does soil and water conservation mean? What do you do here?
Well, we have Wayne Soil and Water Conservation District, but each county has their own soil and water office.
Mm-hmm.
And so we primarily help people in Wayne County, and we help people with soil quality problems, erosion problems, water quality problems.
Okay.
And we address things on their farm.
So it's primarily farmers you're dealing with.
Primarily agriculture.
Problems with the soil, if the pH is all wrong, or if there's not enough irrigation, or whatever. Then
right,
you
or if they're
address
having
it.
erosion problems on
Okay.
their farm, we can come out and address, look at that and give suggestions on practices they could do to help with that. And also, we do have some cost share programs. We get monies through the state, and depending on what the problem is on their farm, that would depend on what practice would best suit their need.
Okay, is this a federal, state, or a county office?
We are a county office, but our cost share money comes from the state.
Okay. And in existence for over 40 years, how long have you been with the organization?
About 8.5.
I knew you weren't here 40 years. I knew that. But about 8.5 years. So in the amount of time that you've been here, what changes have you seen from the time you started until now? Does new technology come into it at all?
New technology comes, and so every year we have the chance of the Soil and Water for the state offering new programs. Also, we have seen a hit, just like everyone else with budget-wise. We don't get as much money as we used to.
Yeah,
so we have
everybody.
to stretch it more, but cost share-wise. But there are new things coming out all the time that get approved, and then we have the opportunity to hopefully implement them in our county.
So Farmer Brown might come over to you and say, Ms. Smith, I'm having a problem with drainage. Is that, he comes to you about that?
Yes, they can. We have people that go out and maybe you have old drain tile out there that maybe it's broken in some way, or maybe you've never had drain tile out there and it's something that you need, or maybe there's just something else you need to do with your row crop rotation or something like that that could help it. So we do get drainage calls some.
Okay, drainage and row crop. You advise. Are you an advisory, or do you help people repair, fix, or replace, or whatever?
We, depending on what it is, if it's an agricultural type background, then we could potentially have a best management practice that we could implement on their farm.
Wow.
If it's a residential person that happens to call, we do get those from time to time, and we help as we can. We have to give recommendations there. There's no special pot of money from the state or the county that actually helps with that.
So just a regular, everyday homeowner
Sometimes
who's having
we do
trouble with his yard. The water doesn't drain right, or he's got chickens running through that don't belong. No, that's something else. He's got the water that doesn't drain or something like that. Then you can help him, maybe, or you can advise.
We can go out and look at it and give recommendations.
Okay.
Sometimes, depending on where they're located, we're able to reach out to other people to help. But yeah, we can give recommendations on what we think would help with their problem.
So you're helping everybody, farmers and residents as well. How many people work in this office?
There's 4 people that are county, and then we are also partnered with the USDA NRCS, which is the federal side.
The NRCS.
NRCS.
That's
Natural Resource Conservation Service.
Okay.
They do a lot of the same things that we do, except for they do it with federal cost share money.
Okay.
And they usually get more money than we do, so they're able to help with some of the bigger things. Or sometimes we work together, and it's a combination contract that we do.
What about in a commercial application? Do you ever advise if somebody's clearing land and they're getting ready to build a major structure of some kind? Do you help in that regard?
Not commercially. If you have a person on the agricultural side that's interested in clearing land, then there's a process they have to go through. They would start at the farm office. They would have to fill out 1026. They have to go through certain procedures to make sure it is land that's not wetlands. And because if they clear something they're not supposed to, then it could affect money coming from us or NRCS or even possibly FSA.
Oh, that could be serious.
Yeah.
Do they then have to fill out a 1027? Maybe not. Okay. I'm guessing.
Right.
Right. Okay. That's clearing land for farming. What about clearing land for anything else? You avoid that, or that doesn't fall under your...
It doesn't fall under our umbrella, so to speak.
All right. So what is ahead for this office? As you look down the road, you look at bringing in more people. Do you need more help? You always need more help.
We could always use more help, but we're trying to explore more of the best management practice we have, and we're trying to advertise more. We have a Facebook page now, so check us out on Facebook.
What's your Facebook address?
It's Wayne Soil and Water Conservation District. Yes.
Wayne Soil and
Water.
Is and spelled out A-N-D? Okay.
Yes.
SOIL, Water.
Water Conservation
District.
Yes.
Wow.
We have different tips on there. We post a couple times a week.
Oh, good.
And if we have a new program, we try to promote it through that. We also, Extension upstairs has a newsletter every other month, and we always post one article in there kind of highlighting one of our practices, so that it's a mass email and a mass regular mail that goes out. And so it kind of helps spread the word on some of our practices to get people in here.
What is it that you feel may be misunderstood about your office? What do people call and say that you say, I'm sorry, that's just not what we do?
We get a lot of calls asking why we turn their water off.
Oh, really?
Yeah. At each phone we have the Wayne Sanitary District number.
Oh, yeah.
Because people think that we
are
are the ones that turned off their water,
but
we're not actually.
Yeah. Okay, so you don't do that at all. You're not involved with that at all.
No, we're not regulatory, we're not regulatory as far as checking things out on their farm, and we don't turn people's water off.
You don't turn people's water
No.
off. Make a note of that. Okay. Very good. Okay, so what besides that would you like for people to know about your office here?
There's always a good possibility if you're having a problem on your farm that there's something we can do to help, whether it's recommendation-wise or if we have an actual best management practice. We would love to there's a lot of farmers that come in here and deal with us on a regular basis. We would love to get to know more. So please feel free to stop by, and we would love to come out and look at your farm and make suggestions. And
Okay, so you're strictly advisory, and you help, and you're not regulatory.
We're not
you're
regulatory in
just
any
here to help
way.
people.
We're here to help.
Here to help people. So you're inviting farmers to call, and if they have questions and if they have problems.
That's right.
Or come in.
Right. So someone may, for example, have an erosion problem on their farm, and
Yeah.
they've traditionally they've had row crops out there for a long time, and they're thinking, well, maybe there's something else I need to do out there that could help with my erosion problem, but still make me some money. Maybe they're interested in cropland conversion to grass.
Okay.
You know, that's a practice we have. There are stipulations that have to come in, and we'd explain, you know, things that have to have been out there to qualify them.
Right.
You know, there has to be an erosion problem, but, you know, we have cost share that pays up to an average of 75% of their cost for converting that cropland into grass, and then all of our contracts are 10-year practices.
Okay.
So once you get funded, if you were to get funded, and you're in a contract, you would have to maintain that grass for 10 years.
Okay. Do you get at all into the buffering of the river at all? Do you get into that land management around the river at all?
We do have people call and ask us questions sometimes. You know, maybe they're trying to tidy up around edges of fields or things like that.
Yeah.
So people call wanting us to advise them on how close they can get to ditches and things like
Yeah.
that. So we have people call they're trying to stay in regulations.
Yes. And that's good.
Yeah.
People are trying to do the right thing.
Yes.
So do you advise them?
When we know, and
When
if
you
we
have-
don't, then sometimes we have to call up the ladder and make sure we're telling them, you know, the right
Yeah,
thing. Because
okay.
it just depends on is it a perennial, is it, a lot of different things that take.
So anyone that might have a question, they can call your office.
Yes.
And you can tell them whether you can help them or not.
Yes.
What's your number?
919-734-5281, extension 3.
734-5281, extension 3.
Yes.
Ashley Smith is the Director of Soil and Water Conservation, Wayne County. We thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ashley.
Hello, I'm Scott Stevens, Goldsboro City Manager. I want to say thank you to all of our law enforcement personnel throughout Wayne County and the city of Goldsboro. We appreciate what you do to protect and serve us in this community. We'll be there to support you. Thank you again for your service.
Today, Sergeant Paige Leonard, Coordinator for Crime Stoppers, joins us here in the studio. How are you?
I'm great.
Good to
Other
see
than
you.
the heat,
Well, it's a little hot out there,
A little
and
tough.
you guys are in training, you're running, and
I can't say I'm doing a running this time, but I
Okay.
am getting to watch and take some pictures of them do some training, and they are out in this heat, and they are fully geared up, and they are doing some very treacherous training, and so, you know, bless them today.
Well, we support our local law enforcement, our Goldsboro Police Department, and all the other law enforcement agencies around, and we want to let you know that we do appreciate what
Thank
you
you.
do.
We have seen some clips on the show, and we appreciate it very
good.
much. Yes.
Very good. All right, now let's get to the Crime Stoppers Crime of the Week. What's
Yes.
going on?
Well, you know, unfortunately, I don't know how many times you and I have had this conversation, it seems, over the years, but we have a 19-year-old by the name of Tia Maddox that was shot on July 22nd. Basically what happened was she was transported to the hospital in her own vehicle, and as what has happened so many times before, she was left at the hospital, and we were kind of left to pick the pieces up of the puzzle and put it together. But it appears on the 22nd that she was shot somewhere around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, possibly in 800 block of Olivia Lane in the Lincoln Homes area. That was a hot day. There was a lot of people outside, and we know we've got witnesses. And so
We've got witnesses.
Pleading to the public for people to make a decision and decide it's time, that we've had enough, and step up. And if you see something, say something. It's time for the public to start standing up and giving some information, helping us solve these people, you know, these crimes.
Isn't this one reason that we observe National Night Out?
Absolutely, and we've got National Night coming up, and this is absolutely one of the reasons why. And I think that the public is is tired of it. We're out there working. We're working as hard as we can, but you know, so many times we get stumbling blocks of people not wanting to talk.
National Night Out is August 2nd. It
That's
takes
right.
place at Herman Park, I
Herman
believe.
Park, 6 o'clock. We hope to see everybody there, so be there.
Be there. But now, this young lady, this Ms. Maddox, 19 years of age, died at the
19.
hospital.
That's right.
And we have witnesses for this because it was a hot day. What time of the day was this?
This is about 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Gee whiz,
And,
middle of the day.
You know, you're talking the area of Olivia Lane, Hughes Street area, right there in Lincoln Homes, right off of Slocum Street. A lot of people are familiar with this area. People all over the place. So we know we've got witnesses out there. We know we've got more witnesses. We're steadily working as hard as we can, but we want people to come forward. They, you know, as often happens, they think that we have every piece to the puzzle, and you know, there's so many people out there that have the pieces that we don't have, that we want and we need, and would like to bring this person to justice and persons to justice in this case.
All right. And the number to call is 919-735-2255. The number to text is 919-222-4230.
That's right.
And if you have any information, and somebody does,
Yeah.
wouldn't you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
With witnesses,
That's right.
if you have information, call or text those numbers. Your identity is completely unknown and will remain so, right?
That's correct.
And also remember, August 2nd is the day to be at Herman Park beginning at 6 p.m. We're tired of this stuff.
Yeah.
Tired of this stuff. So let's show the bad guys that we mean business here. And in fact, this is certainly a capital crime, and you would be entitled, if you provide information that leads to an arrest, you would be
This
entitled.
is, you know, the Crime Stopper board members work tirelessly to raise money for every case in Wayne County, but you know, obviously homicides are a very serious matter, and every member on that Crime Stopper board works hard to raise the money to give away in a reward system, and we have the money. And you know, I know there's a lot of people out there that could use the cash.
Oh, yes.
And so, you know, yes, it is the right thing to come forward, but it certainly helps if we can give you a financial reward for helping law enforcement.
Yes, indeed. And one more point before we go, and that is that the reward money used in Crime Stoppers is donated money.
Completely donated from, you know, citizens of Wayne County and businesses of Wayne County. So this is not the taxpayers' money. This is a nonprofit organization. So that's
right.
correct.
So there's no tax money involved here. It's all by donation.
That's correct.
Sergeant Paige Lerner of Crime Stoppers, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
All right. And we're back on Wayne Goldsboro Television here on the balcony of the Waynesboro House, the terrace room at the Waynesboro House. And gee whiz, tonight actually, a big wedding's going to be here. I can't tell you who it is, but somebody's going to have a wedding in here, right?
Yes.
How about that? And this place is used for everything. You can have all kinds of meetings, you can have banquets, you can have, they used to have everything here. They used to, back in the day, they had bands up here playing and dances. They have dances here. In fact, on this very terrace where we're standing right now, on this balcony, August 14th, 1939, dignitaries from across North Carolina stood right here. And WGBR went on the air for the first time ever this day, no, not this day, August 14th, 1939, a while back. Isn't that exciting?
It is.
I think so, yeah. Okay, anyway, yeah, the late Vassy Balcom.
Hand me the microphone.
Yes, ma'am, thank you very much.
You're so welcome.
Because I would have sure dropped it. The late Vassy Balcom, my dear friend, passed away a few years back. I still think of him quite a bit. He was, in fact, the voice of Goldsboro for so many years. Well, let's see what we have. We need volunteers. Volunteers are needed for Literacy Connection. They need volunteers. They need energetic, motivated, and dedicated volunteers to join the team of Literacy Connection. This is a wonderful organization helping people learn to read or improve their reading skills and their math and their computer and their all kinds of other skills. You need to check this out. Literacy Connections on East Ash Street in Goldsboro at 2001D East Ash Street. They'd love to talk to you if you feel like you could help somebody. And the people need help all the time. And it goes across the board. It goes across no matter how much money you make, no matter what your ethnicity is, no matter from where you come, no matter what anything about you, it just crosses all boundaries. There are people who just have trouble reading. Some people don't read at all, and they need help, or they need help with math or computer skills. You can get that help with Literacy Connections. Literacy Connections at 2001 East Ash Street, Goldsboro, 919-735-1990, 735-1990, right?
Yes.
Good. Okay. What else do we have?
What do you have, Wayne?
Oh, I have the answer to the trivia question for today. As you recall, here a moment ago, I was in an elevator because today is Talk in an Elevator Day, and I wanted to honor that, so I did. Also, while I was there, I asked a trivia question about money. Money, 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 money. Woo, woo. Okay. The question is, a $2 bill. You remember the $2 bill?
Sure.
They're still available. They're still out there. Whose picture is depicted on a $2 bill? On the back side, it has a lot of our founding fathers signing documents and stuff, Declaration of Independence and such, or the Constitution. Whose picture is on the front side of a $2 bill? And the answer to that question is the old redhead himself, third president, T.J. Thomas Jefferson.
Very good.
There you go, Red. There you go. Is that a wrap?
That's it.
That's it?
That's
We're
it.
done? Okay, so
If
on this...
not, we're going to be cooked out here.
All right, we're going to be cooked. So to avoid being cooked, we're going to do this again bright and early Monday morning. I hope you have a great weekend. If you're going to be out and about, please use common sense when you're outside. Drink lots of water, stay cool, take breaks in air conditioning. Look out for your neighbors. Look out for the elderly. Look out for your pets. Make sure your pets have plenty of water and plenty of food and plenty of shade, right? So
Yes.
until Monday, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Pat Garner.
And this is Wayne Goldsboro Television.